frankly, I think that's an enlightened management technique.
Yeah.
So for some people, the mousetrap. For others, the one-hitter.
You get a guy. Well, you get a guy that's stupid. He's a minion. He's borderline retarded, and he only responds to black or white. Then you mousetrap his testicles, and he's in line. Haven't heard a peep from him since. And then meanwhile, the more affluent and the more thinkers and the people that are brilliant around here, you got to soothe and finesse and massage their egos and their wants, so they're allowed to go out back and smoke a fatty. It's not a big deal.
Dude, you could make, I know you already make millions, but you could make millions more. You need to call Random House this afternoon, get yourself an agent,
Get on that.
Do Bubba on Management. I'm not kidding. That would be a fantastic bestseller. Put the title just from Pol Pot to the Dalai Lama. I'm serious. That's a home run.
And
I'm pretty good at marketing, not for myself, but for others.
Right.
I'm just telling you. I'd get an agent today.
And if you hired people, right, I don't think you could get in trouble because I'm the HR department as well. So come complain to me, bitch. So here's the deal. If you hire somebody and you hired a guy off the streets and you knew he was kind of stupid, you say, hey, listen, here's the bottom line. Sign this contract here. You're going to work for me. Florida's a right to work state. I have the right to fire you for any cause at all. But please realize that you could be subjected to the following. And you put mousetrap on the testicles, frozen paintballs, rat coffins, rat milkshakes. You put everything, shocking the penis. You do everything that we do here. Every stunt that we do, every form of discipline, and they know that going in, and you never do any discipline other than what's listed on that sheet that they signed. I think that you'd be okay, wouldn't you, as far as they couldn't sue you then, because they signed knowing that you are that way.
Yes, except I don't think you ever want to put shock the penis or testicle mousetrap in writing.
No, you need to, because then it was specifically said you could get mousetrapped on your balls.
But I think that certain jury pools might not go for that. I think it's much better to say when you're standing, being cross-examined in court, say stuff like, are you kidding? Who would put a mousetrap on someone's balls? That's the most outlandish thing I've ever heard. This person's clearly delusional. I would never do that. I couldn't even think of something that grotesque.
No, but hold on. I do that. So what I'm trying to say is, since I use that technique in management, then since I laid that out to begin with, the person knew that could happen. You don't leave it so vague and to give somebody some reason to think that that you have done something so outlandish that you wouldn't even put it on paper. The person specifically knows that he could get mousetrapped on his testicles. He knew that. He signed it.
Well, you make a very fair point. I'm just giving you tips for the trial itself.
No, I'm giving you tips for the trial right now. And if you didn't put mousetrap on your testicles and you did that, they would think that, wow, that guy didn't know that outlandish acts could be that outlandish. They just thought it might be a slap across the chest or, something like that. But when you specifically say what it can be, even the most outlandish thing in the world, and you wrote it down and you don't vary from what you wrote down, then you're covered. It's when you leave it all vague that they think that you flipped off the script and that nobody should be that crazy. But when you're that crazy and you're forthright about it, then you've covered your ass.
That's a really interesting legal question. I am meeting with a lawyer in about 5 minutes as it happens about something else, and I literally am going to bring this up first thing before we get to my business.
Yeah, see, I got this
I'm
real
actually
crazy.
going to allow him to bill me for time spent talking about mousetrap on the ball.
You're going to say, listen, man, if you hired a guy and you laid out what could be done, including mousetrap to the balls, and then you mousetrapped a guy's balls and he tried to sue you, if you laid that out specifically prior to signing him, would you be covered? Or would you be more covered if you were a little bit more vague, saying outlandish things, and then you went so outlandish that you mousetrapped his balls, and he would then have an argument that he didn't think it was going to be that outlandish? I think that you don't give them any wiggle room and you lay out what you're going to do.
Well, this is not simply a legal question, but a philosophical one. I'm calling it the mousetrap on the balls conundrum.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can imagine graduate students in philosophy kind of debating this question. This is like a tree falls in the forest kind of
management, the Bubba way, from pulpit to Dalai Lama.
Awesome.
You too can.
All right, next week I will have a definitive legal answer for you.
You too can run a successful multi-million-dollar company by treating your people either at the pulpit or the Dalai Lama.
That's exactly right.
Don't throw Hitler in there. That ain't cool, is it?
No. You got to leave Hitler out of everything. Well, Pol Pot, first of all, is much more interesting than Hitler.
So Brenda,
it's okay to kill millions of Asians.
They were his own people. I think that's why he didn't. He was so out of control. The Vietnamese had to come in and calm him down. I
want to be Harry Truman, man. Harry Truman killed all the people with a bomb. That's what I want to do.
When the war was basically over anyway.
That was kind of a definitive move.
It learned them. It learned them. Didn't it?
It saved a lot of Marines' lives.
It saved a lot of Marines' life, and they haven't yipped up since, have they?
No, because we protect them.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, you kill them, and then you tell them, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to offer you protection. It's like the mob. You kill the brother, but you tell the cousin, hey, I'm here for you.
Yeah, they'll be back. Our kids will have to deal with the Japanese military threat in some way, I bet you.
Not if they're in boarding school, they won't.
Yeah, good point. Good point. They'll be ready for it, though, having gotten tough in boarding school.
Talk to you next week. I love you.
You guys are the best.
Bye.
See ya.